How is it going, everyone? Welcome to I Wanna Climb the Ice Tower, a Needle fan game released I think a week ago, well I think 8 days ago, but basically relatively, you know, soon. Well, relatively soon, I mean, not that long ago. Anyways, it's just a Needle fan game. I don't think it's gonna take that long to build for what little the reviews say, because there are really no reviews. There are only... Okay, wait, that's the whole tower? If that's the whole tower, we're definitely beating this very quickly. We will see, I don't know. Just that sometimes... Okay. I think I know what could be the problem of this. Could be that the checkpoints are long. We will see. I don't know how long they could be. Wait, is there something? Oh. Wait, why is that a trap? Why will you go there in the first place? So I think the sound is pretty loud. Hold up. It's something that it always happens with fan games, that they go a little bit overboard with the sound. Well, or rather, they make the sound not be very balanced at all, but that's fine. Very common. Okay. So there can be traps, I guess. Just that previous traps seem a little bit weird, because doesn't really have much of a reason to exist. Okay, I saw that. So the spikes that are colored differently are falling spikes. Well, that's another thing that the few reviews that this game had basically added the tag gimmick. Okay, this is one of the gimmicks. Are we still going Wasabi? Yeah, I'm playing a winter game in the middle of summer. Well, I guess it's for my buddies in the northern hemisphere like you know? Well, not to mention that I heard that the USA is going through a very harsh polar wave, right? So I hope that you're gonna be alright. I guess this game is a little bit quite fitting. Oh, wait, what? Oh, you wanted me to jump left. Okay, gotcha. That's fine. Basically, well, actually pretty nice that you mentioned that it's summer, because yes, precisely today it's an extremely hot day. Well, I wouldn't say extremely hot, but it's hot. So I guess that's also part of the reason why I wanted to play and I Wanna Be the Guy fan game. And this summer so far has been pretty forgiving. Got him. Huh, he also put these things, huh? He puts that because otherwise you could easily... So I wonder... Yeah, okay, he thought about it. Yeah, otherwise you could probably just go to the top easily. Or not, I don't know. I usually don't cheese this type of fan games. Well, not like I can. Sometimes it requires some knowledge. So the icy spikes falling downwards makes sense, but I think these things falling upwards is a different story. Okay, so you need to... No, wait, hold up. You cannot really bait these ones. You have to go... Oh, never mind. Okay, they fall all the way down. Okay, so yeah, you are supposed to bait them. Hey, don't worry. We do have in case this game ends quickly, I have a plan B for today. I mean, in Delicious Fruit, this game is like 52 points of difficulty or around that, so it's most likely, you know, still hard to do it. It's not gonna be something that takes long, probably. An interesting thing is that this fangame maker apparently has been making fan games for like 6 years, but he only made 4 of them, and they all seem to be relatively small projects. Oh shit, okay. Oh, and it has... okay, no, that's fine, see, no problem. I have more than enough time. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that. You're supposed to trigger this thing from the bottom. Can I say something about the game's ending? I don't know if I'll be there when you reach it. What, you want me to... you want to spoil me? Why will you want to spoil me? Or are you saying that there might be something like that I cannot show on stream? I mean, it doesn't have the tag non-safe for work, so something tells me that it should be fine, right? Or what do you want to say? It's something you might not understand when you reach a certain screen. Or you mean that it's in Japanese? Well, it's fine, I can guess it. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean, but if it's something that's in Japanese, I could use something like... oh, what the hell? Wait. I think I wasn't supposed to do that. I think you're intended to not trigger this. But how? You trigger that immediately. So how is it going, Sunshine? A Hideo Kojima cameo? Yeah, it could be. I mean, it's a Japanese game after all. But yeah, the music is nice. I have no clue where it is from, but I think it goes well with an ice stage. Wait, at least this is time limited. It means that I cannot see what's on the top. Yeah, I'm doing well. Just basically here doing some something that I haven't done in some time. Okay, so this is an issue. I need to trigger... I don't know actually, because unless maybe I'm supposed to run all the way to the right, because that spike is obviously blocking me, and here I don't think there's any way to not trigger this. Or maybe there is actually. Yeah, no, there is. Actually is. You only trigger it when you go above these 3 blocks. Yeah, okay. So essentially it's like those spikes cannot see you. So yeah, something like this. And then here also stay... yeah, okay, that works. Nice. Interesting use of... oh no. Oh, we have icy blocks with ice physics. Damn. Well, I should have expected that from a game called I Wanna Climb the Ice Tower, but... that could be a problem. Icy physics are usually very hard to deal with. It's fine. I mean, I don't think this is supposed to be a very hard needle game. Kojima cameo. It's just saying that because he knows I'm not the biggest Kojima fan. It's fine. I don't know how many fan games have actually referenced Kojima. Because I mean, one thing I guess it's using Metal Gear music, and another thing is straight up putting Kojima in the game, you know. I don't know if many fan games have done that. Okay. Then we have wind. Okay, wind that only blows in that specific spot. Yeah, that's fine. Now it makes me think that it'll probably be the only song in the whole game, right? It seems that once you reach the top, that's it. But I wonder how Game Maker handles a room as big as this one. I mean, I would assume that there is a system that in reality is just like multiple rooms stitched together, but I do wonder if in reality it's just a gigantic room and the game is processing it like at the same time all together. I don't know. Do you know Wasabi, since I think you work with something similar to this Game Maker? Supposed to be the U2 edition, right? So is this supposed to be a single vertical room? Because I feel like if you do a single vertical room like this, the game will lag a lot, right? It will be weird if you can actually manage to make it run properly like that. Okay, that's a hard jump to do at the end. Whenever you try to overcorrect in either side and end up running up to a spike. Yeah, that's a hard jump. And it's interesting that the checkpoints are relatively long, but since most of the jumps are not really that hard, they don't really feel that long. But if this was one of those actual needle games that, you know, make sure that every jump was held to do, this will be one of those cases where I will get stuck here for a very long time. Thankfully that's not the case, but you never know. Yeah, that's the issue. I try to overcorrect there because when I'm on the top wind, it pushes me right. But if I go left by the time I land, it's gonna make me push. It's gonna push me left, obviously. Okay. I cannot help it, like I do it instinctively, like moving left like that. Like I'm not actively thinking about it, it just happens. It's fine. If I try to jump early, I also die. That's a hard jump, and especially hard to put it at the end of the checkpoint. I can't help but press left, dude. Well, I do think that you probably need to press left at least a little bit. Ah, fuck, almost. I guess it's the first checkpoint where it actually saves the hardest part for the end. Damn it. It's pretty interesting to me how many needle games, despite being, you know, having a particular style, they still use the default spikes and the default save, well, the default checkpoints, the save objects, right? Because that's something that, I mean, you don't need to be a pixel artist to modify those, you know? You can simply, well, you can use Game Maker itself to edit them. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Okay. Like in this case, you don't need to do anything out of the ordinary, but for example, you could make the save have the same like ice block texture as the rest of the game, you know? And the spikes, considering that you have the frozen spikes as a different thing, maybe not, but... Ooh, that one is hard, okay. That one is actually hard. I thought the ice blocks will be the hard gimmick, but I think that the wind is being a much harder gimmick. Okay. Got it. Wonder how many gimmicks there are gonna be. So far, there's 3. We have the icy spikes, the ice blocks, and the wind. Wonder what else he could put here. The wind is easily the hardest one. Okay. There. Damn, every time I overcorrect when there are wind currents like that, I end up getting killed. It's fine, don't worry about it. Also, one thing to note, I usually play these games on full screen. This game doesn't really support full screen. So essentially, well, I have a program that makes it full screen, but the problem is that it seems that the frame rate tanks because it's not made to do that. Maybe it could be related to the fact that this might be a single room. Pretty wild. Okay, so how do I do this? I mean, it's not like it's particularly hard, but the constant change in winds is like you cannot really stay in one place, right? Okay, so no. Oof. It's like you're stuck in a blender. It's very chaotic because every time that you jump, since the wind currents are different in any of the vertical spaces, it's like you don't have any control on your character. You obviously do, it's just that it's very hard to control it. It's fine, I can do it, no problem. I was also thinking of playing another needle game. I mean, if I didn't play this one. But since this one only released a week ago, I felt like, you know, might as well. Because the other one is like a... ah, fuck. It's like a way older needle game. Well, way older and very known, apparently. I don't know. I don't know what's known or not in the community aside from the obvious cases, but... yeah, for what I understand, it is a known needle game. I wanna play it. I might even play it tomorrow. Because the heat apparently is not... it's not gonna... disappear. Got it? Wait, those are... okay, never mind. So then we have another gimmick, which is falling snowballs, I'm assuming. Okay, sure. They have a spawner and everything. Okay, this is where things might start to get tricky. They are also very frequent, like those snowballs falling. They fall pretty quickly. Can you actually jump here? Yeah, you can jump before they fall. You gotta do it quick. And for those falling spikes, I think that you need to jump right and then left. Yeah, okay. Oof, okay, that's fine, that's fine. Could have been a gate jump if he wanted. If he really wanted, could have made it actually hard. Ah, shit. Ooh, nice. Very precise. I wonder how many people like just enter delicious fruit sometimes and they just play like any games that show up there without waiting for anyone to review them. Like, they just adventure themselves into the unknown. There are probably a lot of those people. You gotta be pretty brave. So then again, I'm pretty sure that it will not be possible to like download a virus, for example, since if it's a fan game that made it through the wiki, it had to be manually approved, so you cannot just upload malware. But you know, you can still download a game that is very bad and you wouldn't know because no one reviewed it. And some games don't even have the tags either when they are just uploaded, so you don't even know what you're dealing with. Okay, what's this? Got it? Ah, I didn't pay attention to the spike on the left. Thought it was over after jumping, but no, it ain't. Damn it. Okay. Okay, no problem. Actually, I think that the wind... Here, you can see that the sprite is still there, but it's not pushing me. It does push me here, but essentially on the very last square that the wind is drawn, like, it has no, you know, strength whatsoever. Like, it doesn't push you. It's there for decoration. Which, I mean, it's nice. Okay. Oh, I didn't see those. My bad. So about the effects that are in the background, like you have the typical snowstorm effect, and then I think that they are supposed to be like clouds. Not sure. Hard to tell. Yeah, it is like clouds. It's probably something that came with Game Maker, right? Because keep in mind that this is like the old version of Game Maker. I think it's Game Maker 9 point something. I don't know why so many creators just... I mean, I guess a lot of them are simply used to it, but... You know that you can just grab Steam and download the most recent version of Game Maker Studio for free. Well, that's also another thing. Technically, these old Game Maker versions are not free. Obviously, most people just pirate them, of course, but the point is that Game Maker Studio, you don't even need to pirate it. It's free legally. Yeah, I guess some people just don't really want to learn a new UI, right? Maybe. Hold on, I was positioning my keyboard. Since I usually don't use my keyboard to play, I usually never have my keyboard positioned in a way that is optimal to, you know, rest my wrists. But you want it to be like basically... Like, you want your wrist to be resting like right after the edge of the desk. Not after, I mean right, well, yeah, after. I guess that's the word. Okay. You see, otherwise if the keyboard is too far, you will have to put your wrists also a little bit further, and you're gonna end up fucking your forearm. And if you put it too close to you, instead what happens is that you cannot rest your wrist anywhere. Okay, what's this? You can just keep going forward there. And what about this one? Can you... Okay, you can just fall there. And then a wind current. Okay, that's gonna be hard because the wind current is still active even in the square before the spike. But the jump that you're supposed to do afterwards is relatively complex. Not that complex, but it is complex enough. So, you know, I don't know why, but I always like the idea of climbing towers in video games. I don't know exactly why, but I felt that was always a cool thing. It is because it's a very well-defined objective, like you start from the bottom of the tower and you get to the top. very straightforward. I don't know, I always thought there is something mystical about climbing towers. Okay, so what's this? No, I mean, I know what's this, but how do I do it? Okay, I did it, but I thought I wouldn't. It's very awkward. I feel like if I tried to replicate it again, I wouldn't be able to consistently replicate it. Okay, and we have the first gate champ of the game, right? Is this a gate champ? It is. Yeah, you only have a 32 pixels in between these two. Him. But it's not just a gate champ, it's a gate champ with the wind in the middle. Oh, okay, and you have to go long after that, though you land on icy blocks, so you gotta be careful. Not to mention that, no, it's fine, you have enough room to land there. And okay, this one is hard. Wait, is that the top? No, I don't think it is. It kinda looked like it was, but no. Well, here you have to... yeah, it is the top. I was right. So this is the final checkpoint. This is a very short game. Like, even shorter than I initially expected. Okay. Well, unless there is like... it pulls a Symphony of the Night and there's actually a reverse tower on top. That would be funny. Nah, it's gonna be fine. Though I am still afraid of what Wasabi mentioned about the end. Unless he was joking. I don't really understand. Some people, you know, choke out things, and since they are saying it in written text, I cannot realize they are joking. So I don't know if he was joking about that or not. But apparently at the end there is something that I might not understand. We will see. Yeah, that seems to be the end. I moved too close to the spike. Yeah, theoretically this is the final checkpoint. Theoretically. Maybe yes, maybe not. So here... Oof, okay. Trying to see the rest. Maybe... No, I mean, I don't see anything that could somehow be an issue in that checkpoint. I mean, I can see it being, like, I guess, challenging to get through. I don't see anything that I couldn't understand there. The only thing that gives me is that if Wasabi meant about something, that, like, there's something after that checkpoint. Otherwise, I don't know what the hell he was talking about. He said it's something you might not understand when you reach a certain screen. Maybe he's talking about a reference to another fan game. In which case, I mean, if I don't understand the reference, then it just means that the reference wasn't made for me, you know? Which is fine, it doesn't need to. I climbed the tower. What does it say? Thank you. Huh. It says thank you for praying. It says it in hiragana. That's the joke. Like, it's like the... So I don't know what that portal is. Should I be worried? Yeah, I know, the bottom left. That's what I was out to do. Or you do the same but in reverse. And with a time limit. Damn. Well, you don't do the same exactly, because the jumps are different, but... Oh, but that's pretty fast, holy shit. That's what I didn't want you to miss. Well, yeah, I did saw that thing, don't worry about it. Problem is that I don't know if this is something I can actually do. Like, not particularly good at doing needle fast, as easy as it might be. This might not be something I might be able to do. It's fine. Oh, fuck. No, that's a dead end. So what happens if you get hit by this? You die, obviously, but... Okay, there wasn't anything special. I thought there might be like a special animation. So why did I climb the tower for if I'm just going down again? Seems a little bit weird to me. It's fine, don't worry about it. I wonder if the reviews took into account... I will assume they did, but... I wonder if the 50 point of difficulty take into account the ending or not. They probably do, mostly because the rest of the game wasn't really 50 points of difficulty, it was a little bit easier. And onto this we also have to add the fact that there is screen shake to make things even more fucked up. I'm personally not a big fan of screen shake, but I do wonder how fast the game intends you to do this. Because if this is like speedrun tier, like where you're not supposed to waste a single frame, yeah, I don't know. Will be a problem. The only problem that I have with this is that you don't start when you already hit the save and that thing is going down. Like, you have to wait for the animation every single time, and this is not particularly something easy to do either, you know. So did you watch someone else play this game, Wasabi, or did you play it yourself? Because, I mean, the fact that you know about that is that you had to see it before, obviously. Because of all the scores in Delicious Fruit, not a single one of them talks about the game. They just score the game and that's it. But I'm assuming that you played it, right? I didn't know that you... Well, I know that you play a lot of fun games. I just wasn't expecting you to play, you know, fun games that are that recent. But maybe you do. I don't know. Okay. You can keep going down. What is that here? It's hard to tell how low I can go. In places like this you can go very low. Ah, shit. No. Yeah, the issue is not being able to anticipate that very well. I wonder if he, you know, if he initially wanted to do this, but with the screens mostly unchanged. That would be fucked up. I will assume that with the screens unchanged, multiple of this will just be impossible. But I don't know. But why is there a gigantic spike falling, I wonder? What is the idea? Are we getting like punished by a divine being for reaching the top? I don't know, could be. This also reminds me of another fun game. It was an echo mask fun game that at the end you had like a 4-minute sequence or something like that where you had to get to the end, and no matter where you died, obviously you had to start all over again. Or was it like that? Maybe you could die, but the time limit was still there, which meant that you could only die so many times, right? Before you run out of time. Yeah, differently from Echo, I don't usually am a fan of long checkpoints, and well, this one is a long checkpoint by definition, you know. So the problem with that jump is that if you jump... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It's fine. If you jump, you make it very hard to line yourself up for the following jump. So you simply walk off, you waste time because you go a lot slower. I think it's the safest way. It probably is the safest way. Okay. Here I'm unsure of when it's a good idea to double jump. I mean, sometimes you could double jump and you, well, wasted your double jump that you were supposed to use later, but since you cannot know what's on the bottom of the place you are falling to, it's a problem. Okay. Oof, close. Oof, okay. That's one of the cases where you want to kinda double jump. I also don't remember how long the tower was. I guess the best way to know how close or far from the ending you might be is simply by looking at the gimmicks. So you know that when only the falling ice spikes remain, you should be close to the end. Not extremely close though, because I mean at the beginning that gimmick was not a thing, so yeah. Okay. Ah, shit. The problem is that here... Ah, fuck, it's fine. But... Oh, so that's what those shootigans were for. I probably should... Yeah, I should not have gone there. Should have gone all the way to the right. Didn't it? So yeah, a lot of these places were actually considered for this final sequence. That's interesting. That's pretty interesting. Like a lot of these places were actually part of the plan. Pretty cool. So yeah, I guess if your idea from the beginning was making a sequence like this, you cannot make the game too long. I mean, you could make the game long, but separate it in stages maybe. I don't know. I think that I'm pretty sure this is meant to be a single gigantic room. So I don't know how it's able to fit it all in the game just like that. Okay. Essentially, at some point, the game expects you to fall on the right side, pretty much. Also, in case anyone wonders, I tried to press S, which in a lot of fan games is the skip button, but it does not work. It does not work. I mean, doesn't work to skip this cutscene here. At least it's not that long, but yeah. It's weird that he didn't find it to be a problem, you know? He didn't think that cutscene being there every time was not an issue. Well, I mean, it isn't really that big of an issue. It seems like the kind of thing that you will immediately understand that probably better to not be there. Yeah, I don't know what wasabi meant, but it's fine. That's why I didn't answer. It's okay. So another problem is that every time that you spawn up here, the kid is looking on the right side. Well, I guess it depends on where he's aiming when you respawn, but it means that every time it like forces you to move closer, and it's a problem. There was a stealth section where you needed to avoid triggers that activated spikes which block your path, and I made a joke about... Oh. Yeah, I don't think it was a very... very easy to get joke, but okay. Yeah, Sunshine takes it. Yeah, that's what matters. That stealthy section that is also included here on the escape sequences. The part with the trigger spikes is where you're intended to be. Okay. Okay. And then this, no, not yet. Here is where the game wants you to go right. Though, you're supposed to double jump in between the shurikens. Fuck. Do you hate more Metal Gear or Need for Speed? What kind of question is that? I don't hate Need for Speed. Come on, dude. Just that I didn't like Underground doesn't mean I hate it. You know, Metal Gear is a series that I don't like. Like, you could basically make me play the shittiest racing game ever and I probably would like it more than Metal Gear Solid. You know? Like, Metal Gear is so low in my, you know, in the things I like in video games that if you pick any game from my favorite genres, and yeah, one of them is obviously racing. Like, any game that you pick is probably gonna be preferred. You know? Any of them. Okay, so here, gonna be on the right. Not that much to the right. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, not that much to the right there. Yeah, that's an issue, guess that section at the end seems a little bit complex. It's fine. I'll get it eventually. Maybe one day I will try to play Metal Gear Solid to completion. I don't know when that's gonna happen though. Kinda doubt that I'll ever feel like doing it anyways. I'm taking a lot of time here in things that I shouldn't be taking a lot of time. So here you wanna go right, yeah, but that's the issue. You wanna go right, but you immediately need to jump to the left, and then it's complex. At least at that point of the game, I think that those spikes were the only gimmick, right? So means I should be getting close to the bottom, I think. Maybe not, I don't know. I'll get to the bottom, don't worry. Though wait, what happens if you do this? Aha. You thought of it. And what happens if I do it from the left side? Nah, it's probably gonna be the same. But yeah, it's like, come on, let me fall. Though I wonder what happens if you fall while the cutscene is loading. It probably will still trigger, but let's see. Yeah, you could hear it trigger. You could actually hear it trigger. Okay, yeah. Oh, no way! Well, I guess I deserve that, in a way. So what happened here, well, it's pretty obvious what happened here, actually. Though, I don't know why sometimes I manage to jump out. There is a save editor. I mean, sure, but I think that... Do you want to use it here? I guess it will be... nice. Probably. But yeah, I don't know. What is the save editor? How was it called? Though I don't even know how to use it. I never use a save editor on these things. But I don't know. Maybe I don't. Maybe we can just leave it like this. It's the one pin in your Discord. Oh, I pinned it. Nice. I wasn't expecting that. Did I? Okay, yeah, it's here. So this was made by Yami. That's pretty cool. I thought I had downloaded. No, what I downloaded was the debugger. So you can click or drop to... Okay, drop your save. Okay, I dropped my save. Oh, and you can choose the X and the Y. Well, the problem is that... I'm not sure, because I think this whole thing is supposed to be like a room, so... Well, it's just by editing the X. No, it will have to be... decrease to move up. So let's say that I do... Oh yeah, the numpad is disabled because it's one of those games. It should be enough like this. So here you can download the save, and can I replace it while it's running? I guess I can. So now Well, I think I'm higher, but not high enough. Alright, let me put myself a little bit higher. Like this. This should be enough. Though it's interesting because yes, I think as I expected, this is a whole room. Like the whole game is a single room. Yeah, there it is. So I don't know why sometimes the champ doesn't work, but I save it. Thanks for the advice. Well, and also, you know, thanks Yami for making that. Cannot believe that Yami made something useful. I'm just kidding. Okay, yeah, that works. But you probably need to take that into account. I mean, actually, I don't think there are gonna be many morons that are gonna do what I just try doing there. But it's something that you always need a failsafe, Mr. Creator, because it can easily happen, and that will be bad. I can't believe Yami is an actual genius. Because that's crazy useful. Though I think it only works for games. Well, I guess it depends. Actually, maybe I could read it in the webpage. Well, I already closed it. I don't know if this will work in Game Maker Studio Fangames. Probably not, right? Because I will assume that the method of encryption that they use is different, right? Probably. Maybe. Regardless, very good idea, Wasabi. And it's actually crazy because it's not something that you need to download. Like, it's a save editor that works online. I wonder where he's hosting it. Because, I mean, if you host it somewhere, like, eventually there's probably a lot of things that will get in the way that will make them, you know, be like, you know, you need to do something to keep the host going. So I wonder where he has it. Cox. The website says studio games need to be manually added, but it's not hard to decompile most studio fan games and hack your way out yourself. Yeah, I will assume that, I mean, since saves are a very small file, that it shouldn't be that hard to do. But yeah, at the same time, I really, you know, despite being a programmer, I know very little about hacking. But I know that in this case, hacking is being used as a very loose term, but basically dealing with binary files is something that I mean, I use tools, right, like that deal with binary files, but being able to work with the binary files myself, not really. Not very well versed in doing that. I mean, hackers are a completely different breed. Like, you don't need a constructive mindset like you usually need to code things. Like, you need a destructive mindset. You need to think how you can possibly destroy the encryption here. Modify the game itself to place extra blocks. Or give yourself God mode or whatever. Well, but that's something that you also do with a program. It's not like you are gonna use a hex editor yourself, right? Well, you could use Cheat Engine probably. Well, which is also a program, I mean, but Cheat Engine, I wonder in how many things Cheat Engine will work. when it comes to fan games, because I know that usually cheat engine, the most common thing to use it on is to modify like values of, you know, so things that get shown on the screen, like numerical values or whatever. But yeah, in terms of modifying, well, you will probably have to modify a memory address if you want to enable God mode or whatever, right? I don't know. As I say, I know absolutely nothing about the topic. I'm very ignorant. I fucked that up. Undertale mod tool exists. I tested it on your fan game. Oh, nice. Did you manage to, by the way, get to the end of the fan game with that? Because I know that you say that, well, you didn't, you know, you didn't want to continue with my fan game because it was too hard. Do you try to get around like the hard areas? or something? Well, then again, I don't think it's something that you can just, you know, pick a couple of rooms and be like, oh yeah, these are the hard ones. I think that at that point in that game, a lot of the rooms are fucked up. So at that point, you will probably skip the whole game, right? Which at that point, like, what's the point, right? Okay. Oof, that was extremely close. Alright. Oh, that's... Oh, you have to be shitting me. Damn, completely corner. Damn it. I went through the whole game with it. Oh, nice. Did you manage to beat the boss? Or, well, actually, did you activate God mode? Because, I mean, if you activate God mode, you can... you can very easily beat the boss. Just need to stay still and spam shots. Oof. Go here. Okay, I didn't remember if I had a double jump, but I did. Alright. Ah, too high, damn it. I look at the whole game with God mode, including the boss. Nice. And what do you think of it? Well, probably the same thing that you thought without God mode, that it was a little bit too hard. Yeah, I think that's something that, well, that's something that I want to make sure that my next fan game is not like that. It's not that hard. I can only hope, but yeah, we will see how it ends up being. Okay. I lost a lot of time there. Would have done that a lot faster. Okay. Problem is here. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, that's something that you have to recognize as soon as you see it. Problem is I don't know what reference to use. It look interesting. Nice. Good use of that word. That's the perfect word to use. Yeah. Well, at least I hope that the next fan game that I make, well, the one that I'm making, that at least it's something that people can beat normally without needing to use cheats, you know? Will be nice. No, okay, that's fine. Damn. Wasn't expecting to get caught up with the win, but I did. Now, the interesting thing is that this sequence here is pretty much... like, it takes longer than the whole game to beat. Because it's simply that challenging. I mean, it's not extremely hard, but it is hard enough to require quite a lot of attempts, and since it's a long sequence, the attempts will be long in this, like, the attempts themselves will be long, you know? Oof, that... I can't believe I didn't get hit. Not like it mattered. Yeah. I guess there will be a little bit less time than expected for my plan B. My plan B, by the way, is Ketsui. You know that shoot 'em up? My idea... well, I already one coin clear that game before. Wanna do it with the other shot type. I don't expect it to happen today. Hey, you never know. It's also been quite a while since I played a shoot 'em up. I mean, sometimes I play them off stream, but every time that I play them off stream, I get immediately destroyed, and I end up giving up. Ah, fuck. On stream, I wouldn't do that though. Like, on stream, I try hard, no matter what. So, something that really surprised me here is that when I was editing the save of this game, the current room height being 1900, that means that the zero is like pretty far above for, I guess, for showing the spike falling, maybe. Probably. Didn't. Does it go that high? I guess a little bit. Yeah, I think that this whole room is like basically the whole game probably has like 10,000 pixels of vertical height, which is quite a lot, I will say. Yeah, I'm just surprised that the game works well despite that. To the point that I wonder if in a very old PC it will work well. I mean, keep in mind that this game, as I say, released a week ago, but it could just be that this guy obviously has a modern PC, and in a modern PC you don't have any issues, but with an old-ass PC, will this game actually work? I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. You have to be shitting me. I'm dead. Okay, though that might be close to the end, but fuck, dude. Like, I'm going the right places, but I'm just not fast enough. I failed to be fast enough. It's fine. I will be fast enough in one of these. Just you watch. That seems to be a faster path to take there. Ah, damn it. No, I can't believe I jumped too early. I did have enough time to get under the spike, but I jumped so early that I ended up getting fucked in the dumbest way possible. My bad, my bad. I mean, assuming I was close to the end there, that would have been the attempt. Yeah. It would have. Nah, fuck. I made me waste a little bit of time. Oh, and that made me waste even more time. That run was dead. It's fine though. So technically this challenge is optional, so I do wonder if the scores that exist on this game actually included or not. I don't know, maybe. I mean, it all depends on if I eventually beat it. Which, yeah, I think I can definitely beat it, but yeah, 50 points I think will be probably fine. Assuming I'm close to beating it. Ah, fuck me, dude. The shurikens are destroying me. One reviewer has a video including this part, but I didn't see any review with a link to any video, or was it added recently? After I started streaming today. Because I only saw 2 reviews and none of them had any text. So, you know. I don't know. Unless you mean that the video is not linked in the review. Ah, fuck, dude. Not in the review itself, but Lake has a video. Okay. It makes sense. It's pretty clear. Well, I wonder what the score will be without this part, because I did think that 50 point of score for the game itself wasn't that far off. I mean, it was just like a short fun game, but I wonder, with this part included? Come on, dude. I think I'm slowly deleting my memories of this whole sequence, because I'm falling for shit I wasn't falling for. Guess it's what happens when you take some sections for granted. You take them for granted, so you end up. I accidentally moved the microphone knob, like the volume knob. I actually wonder. Okay, hold up. I have a question. Well, not now that I'm doing this, but when I die, I'll ask the question. Well, not to mention that I can also see it later in the VOD. Well, maybe this could be the winning attempt even. I don't think so, because I did some of the parts a little bit slow, so I don't think I'm gonna make it. We will see. Really? Okay, so my question is, do you hear any difference between this, and this? Like, are you actually like hearing my voice more quiet, or is it the same? Like, I'm changing it again here, and here it's back to the initial value. Was there any difference when I was moving the knob? The second one is quieter. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. I just wanted to double check, because I feel like I use so many software filters that it seems that the knob becomes irrelevant, but I guess it wasn't irrelevant after all. So yeah, makes sense. But I do wonder how it sounds on stream, because I think I never really tested changing the knob while I was talking, which is a little bit weird. I never tested that. I never tested it technically. Oof, that was very close. I guess the most surprising thing here is that I'm able to beat this. Well, to beat, I mean, I still haven't beaten it, as you already know, but I'm surprised that I don't need to play this in full screen. I mean, in full screen, well, actually I wonder if it will be easier, because in this sequence, for example, I don't think it will be easier. Like, here you actually need to see what's coming, and obviously, I mean, in full screen it's not like it's blocked, but it's a lot harder to focus on it since the screen is much bigger, of course. You know. Okay. Okay. You know why I get excited since I already got here before, you know? Not like it's my first time. So there... Okay, that's another thing that you kinda need to memorize if you wanna do that part quicker. When you see the 2 mini spikes, don't jump to the left, jump to the right instead. Okay, good to know. I still don't have an actual winning strategy. That sucks so much, dude, I can't believe that. Come on. It's like the game is trolling me. Actually, that reminds me that another thing that I was thinking of doing today will be like playing like a trap fun game, but I don't know. In that trap fun games, even though I don't really mind them, it really has to be done in a very specific way for me to like them. I guess the traps don't have to be super trollish, but I mean, I guess that's kind of the objective of a trap fun game. Okay, remember this. Go to the right. Ooh, that was close though. Damn, that's the same mistake I did last time, I can't believe it. So I guess if you're not actively paying attention to that jump, it's just easy to jump super early, but then that's pretty sad. It's not a hard jump, obviously, but the second time that it fucks me up, and since it's in a pretty late place, it's quite a waste of an attempt. Okay. No, it's fine. That was a waste of time, but it's fine. That wasn't where you were supposed to do the double jump, but it's fine. Ah, damn it, dude. Okay, now I'm failing random jumps. I guess that sometimes happens, like it's something that pretty hard to avoid, but in long ass checkpoints, feels like eventually you just end up failing stuff that you normally wouldn't. I guess that you are just like maybe a little bit exhausted, so you end up doing dumb shit like that. Okay. Okay, I cannot do that double jump at the right time, I guess. Okay, didn't die this time. Oof. I actually don't know where to go there. Well, no, it's to the rightmost side again. Just I don't know when you fall exactly where you want to go. I did go to the worst possible place, but I don't know how many options were available. Because yeah, either right or left is clearly the answer and not middle, but that's easier said than done. That's unbelievable. I'm really finding new ways to die. Every time. Okay. So you here should fall on the right. Oh, there you go. Damn. It was simply falling from the right side. It says you return from the tower and then it says the same thing as before. Thank you for playing. So I guess that is the actual end. Doesn't seem like there's anything else in here. I mean, I wonder if you can go back to the tower. No, it is the final screen no matter what. Alright, well, that took longer than it should have, I guess. I didn't do that final section very well, but it took more than what the game took. Like, it took more to return from the tower than to climb the tower. That's pretty nice. But yeah, I guess that's I wanna climb the ice tower, so hey, she's for this game.